Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. So what have we got going on today? Well, we have 3 Unity coming in and we're at our max. We need to do something with that. We also have a severe flu epidemic going on and we've lost at least 29 people, but we have 455 workers. That's gone up somehow. So yeah, don't know what happened there. Is there anything over here first? Storage, corn, that's all fine. What we can do is we could put this to say only output to belts if you're actually full. And the rest of it's going down there to be processed. That's fine for the moment. We will look at getting something to do with this at some point. The dirty boys over... The dirty boys. The dirt dropping boys over here have finished dropping that dirt over there. So we need to set the dirt tower to come over here and finish doing this bit. So let's put a little rectangle in there, and then I think we actually need it to told to dump because I'm not sure it is. Let's get rid of all that. Oh, I think it is. Is that flat rock? Oh, it is flat rock. Okay, so we actually need to get them to dig that up. I'm not sure how rock got in there, but okay. So what they can do instead is they can come over here and they can start doing this. So if we just pause the game so no one else tries to come over here and dump anything, and we do all of this, all of this, all of this, and all of this. But not that bit. Don't try and dump over there. That bit's fine. That bit's fine. Okay, and then we need to go back to the tower. And edit the area and draw a new rectangle that is going to encompass all of that. Well, it's not. I don't want him even getting close to the edge because that scares me a little bit. So that's that done. We need to get... we can unpause the game. We need to get this little bit of rock dug up here. So the flattenator crew, I don't know what you're currently doing. Where is the flattenator? There it is. Where are you at the moment? You're just doing all of this at the moment. Well, that's great, but I need you to very quickly run over here and dig up this for me. So we need a mining designation down to... Let's just get rid of all this because it's confusing matters. So we need to come in over here. We need to come in at height 4 here and then ramp, press the wrong button, and then ramp down to height 3. And then flatten and just dig up all of that. And let's just do those 2 to make sure. And then the flattenator tower, edit area, rectangle right there. Thank you. That will take them no time at all to do. In the meantime, these guys have been wonderfully dumping stuff over here. They still have stuff to do. Yeah, they're going to fill in that whole bit. That's wonderful. We wanted to look at getting a new ramp in over here somewhere. So once that's done, they can continue filling in elsewhere. I suppose they could fill in like this bit, although we do have little bits over there. I don't really want them confusing matters there. What else did we do? Well, we designed our new nuclear 2 reactor, which looks something like this. Something that David pointed out in the comments is that the depleted steam that comes out of the low pressure turbines, rather than going into a cooling tower which takes 96 and generates 72 water, so there's a net loss there, we could put that into thermal desalinators, which would use seawater, a little bit of depleted steam, and we would get plus water and we would get brine. So that's probably a very sensible thing to do. So these are probably going to live over on this side of the cooling towers. I suspect would be a good place to put them. We would need to put balancers in, which look like they would fit. Well, we'd need one over here. So let's get rid of a bit of this pipe work and put in a fluid pipe balancer, which would go there. That could go back in there. And then if we take this over here and just bring this to here for now, and we make that the priority out. Obviously, what we don't want to do is say we're going to go into the thermal desalinators and then there's some other problem, we don't have enough seawater, pipes fill up, brine fills up, something happens and they can't get rid of their water. That would be no good for us. We need to do the same thing with this one. I'm sure this is the right pipe. Let's just double check this is the right pipe. Yeah, that takes the depleted steam from there. And this one, I'm pretty sure, is the depleted steam from there. Where does that join up? Yes, that is that one. Perfect. So let's come back over here. Let's get rid of a bit of this pipe work. Let's put another pipe balancer in, which is going to go there. Let's just make sure that's a Mark II. Connect those two together. And then we're going to get another one. And we're going to run this. Turn off snapping. Run this over this one. So that's going to go there. And then this one is going to prioritize that output. That is correct. Excellent. These are then going to come over here. So the lower one is going to come up to here and connect into there, and it's going to connect into there. The higher one is going to come over to, nope, turn off that, go up a level. You're going to go to there, you're going to connect into there, and into... There we go, into there. Excellent. We will then need seawater coming in. Let's just check a second. A seawater pump. We're probably going to need another pump here, which is going to be potentially awkward. Or we could just take a feed off of... They all go into one pipe at the moment, don't they? Yeah, we might be able to do that. This generates 108 water. I think we're currently utilizing all 108 over here, aren't we? Because they use 108 each. Yes. So they are utilizing... Oh, there is that other recipe there. So we could just put... We could utilize these and just put depleted steam into them, couldn't we? Then it only takes 15 seawater rather than 108, so we'd need a lot more. Yeah, let's not do that. So they do 108. We've got trucks struggling to find destinations they can reach because you have managed to strand yourself because you're an idiot. I don't know how they do these things sometimes. It is very confusing to me. What you... Oh, you're the one that just got respawned. So you probably just need to figure out what you're doing. That's fine. Where are we? Over here. So these take in 15. Oh, I've put down 4. Why did I put down 4? Because it's 24 depleted steam and you make 48. So actually we haven't got enough, have we? You make 48 depleted steam. You make 48 depleted steam. You use 24. So that's 48. 40. We actually need another 4 of these, which we can't really put there because... Oh, that's where the storage is, so we will put these ones here, give it a couple of tiles of space. If we flip those and do that again, can we get that to line up better? Yes, we can. Let's give it an extra space just to make sure. And then, well, I suppose what we could do is take the higher pipe back to there, delete that chunk and that chunk, connect this into there and this into there, because then we're only going to be running the top one to start with, so we know that that one is going to be the upper feed, so we only need to get these ones up and running to start. Is that the same space I gave them over there? Yeah. So you're going to go into there, you're going to go into there, you're going to go into there, you're going to go into there. Excellent. Then we need the water feeds coming out of this. So this is going to come to height 3, or height 2, sorry, so we can get over all of this. Just going to bring that there for the minute. You're going to connect into there. It doesn't need to be a Mark II, but I suppose it doesn't really matter either. You're going to connect. Nope. You're going to connect into there. So we have got 15, 30, 60. We've got 120. So one pipe will be able to do that fine. Let's bring this over to here. Connect that one into there. That one into there. That one into there. That one into there. Okay, so that's all the inputs done. We then have the water output, which needs to connect to this pipe. You output 33 water. I can't bother to try and do it manually. 33 times 8, 264. So you're going to need a Mark III pipe coming through here. So let's do a Mark III pipe at height 1 coming to there, and then it was 33, so Mark I pipes coming out of all of these will be fine. Oh, wait, no, I think you just connected to the wrong pipe, didn't you? Oh, no, because they're all on the ground level. That's absolutely fine. So water comes to there, 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 water comes to there. Excellent. And then we have the brine coming out, which is going to go up to height 1. We're going to turn off snapping. We're going to bring you to there. We're going to turn on the snapping. It's going to be a little bit janky there. I could have done that better, but hey-ho. You didn't connect to anything. Let's try that again. Hello. There you go. And I've put that in as a Mark I pipe the whole way, which definitely isn't going to be right. Or is it? 6 times 8, 6 8s are 40. No, yeah, 48. So that's absolutely fine, actually. So we've got 48 brine coming out and a whole bunch of water. The water can come, can't go from, well, it can go from there, can't it? So you are going to come to here, turn off snapping, go up another one, come to here, and then, or rather annoyingly, all sort of the corner bits of that are blocked off. So we're just going to plug you into there, like that, which should be absolutely fine even though it's sharing a pipe, because if these are generating water, these won't be. So that should be fine. We'll just have to keep a bit of an eye on it. And then the brine is going to go into, I think we have a, do we have a brine balancer? We do have a brine balancer somewhere, don't we? That's the chlorine. No, that's the wrong ones. It's this one here. This is the brine pipe, which comes to a number of balancers here to try and figure out what's going on. Okay. So you have a priority out, which goes to... which goes to this, which uses brine. Okay. If you can't go to that, you go to the next balancer. This balancer prioritizes out to the chlorine makers, otherwise it goes... looking at the wrong one. Otherwise it goes to this one, which is then dumped into the ocean. Okay, that's all fine. So these produce 108 seawater currently. 108 times 4 is 432. A tier 3 pipe can take 450, so we're going to have to upgrade that pipe. Or just give this its own pipe. Doesn't need to be over there necessarily, does it? We might need another... they can handle 180, that's a Mark II pipe. They will be producing potentially 6 8s of 48. Then how much are we actually making up here? So 48 plus 442s. 442 plus 48 takes it over 200. Oh. 216. Do we just give it its own separate dump then as well? And just say it's its own little enclosed system? That's probably easier. But then we do want the brine going into this system. But then which do we prioritize? I don't know. We have a whole bunch of trucks unable to get somewhere. Where are you trying to get? To the soybean for some reason. Don't go to the soybean. That's fine. That's fine. So I think this is now all ready to go. So the question is, do we do it? Do we just delete this stuff? I suppose what we would need to do is pause this and then get all the stuff out first. So if we were going to do that, we would need another one of these built somewhere. Let's just say over here. I'm going to need that, so let's do that. We're going to need another one of these, but we can probably belt into this. So if we put this one here, we can just belt the output from that. We're going to need one of these, which I'm just going to flick around multiple times. Which, I mean, it should send it over there automatically. We'll just have to see if that's how it wants to work today. The rock and the sulfur and the slag and the filter media I'm not so concerned about. If that goes elsewhere, that goes elsewhere. That's sort of fine. Trucks are struggling to find a destination you can reach because you have got yourself stuck. Which means you are probably also stuck there. Yes, so let's recover you. Excellent. Oh, we're going to look at something to do with Unity because we have got oodles and caboodles of Unity. So if we come over to our captain's office, we could reduce fuel consumption. Don't know if we really need to do that. We could do the recycling efficiency up to 2. That still leaves us 1.84. If we do that up to 3.34. That's probably fine for the minute. That's going to give us 30% increased recycling. So all the resources that go into, we're not really doing any of the research at the moment. All the resources that go into maintenance are going to be generating more recyclables, which will come down here and will result in more recycled materials going into this system, which is great. That's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. Whatever happened to the Flattenator team? Why do I feel like I sent the secondary Flattenator over there? Because that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. So you need to come over here and flatten this for me. Okay. Wondered why that wasn't doing anything. Now we know. Tofu is no longer... we no longer have any in storage. That's not great. We are full of wheat here. This is not filling up. Did we not pause the wheat? Well, we definitely did pause the wheat belt. Okay, that's probably fine. Soybeans we definitely need to do something about, however. And the rest of it... yeah, it's looking okay. It's not looking like it's going to be a problem. Okay, so... if we were going to do this, we would need to turn this power station back on, which is going to suddenly result in a lot of stuff getting burnt, but that's not really a problem. So let's turn all of that back on, which has given us, of course, a massive overhead of megawatts, which is fine. We then want to pause. Wait, can you not pause this? Can you just turn it off here? So let's turn that off. And then pause. Let's not pause them yet. Let's just let this power down. It's doing its last little run, so let's let it do that. It should be set to do nothing here. So once that has gone all the way down and it's finished doing this, there should be nothing else there. So let's just let that run for the minute. And then have we accounted for all those water pipes and everything? Yeah. Yes, we have. Okay. That should be relatively simple to keep track of. We have this pipe here. What is this pipe here? Oh, that's the brine, isn't it? So we need to make sure we connect the brine up. Okay. Okay, and then that's the uranium. Is there anything else that's plugged in externally? We've got the brine coming in here. We've got the water in and outs here, which is fine. That should be relatively simple because they are relatively on top of each other. We've got the uranium in. That should be relatively simple. Okay, so this has been turned off. It looks like it has stopped doing anything here, which is fine. This should all be spinning down. We'll just let that finish. We obviously still have stuff in the system, so let's let that run. We could pause this, 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 and this, and this. Yep, because it doesn't have enough wastewater to deal with, so that's fine. Okay. Okay. I think we can pause that as well. I think we're about ready to go. These have stopped spinning. These are just starting to slow down. These have definitely all stopped, so let's pause these just to be sure. These two look like they have stopped. Those have almost stopped, and we still have stuff here being dealt with. Okay. That's fine. Let's get this stuff out. So we're going to just build a temporary loose belt Mark III. Truck shouldn't need to come around here for any reason. So let's just plug that into there and get that built. These have stopped. These have all stopped. So let's pause those. So we should now be in a position where we are relying entirely on this setup. Which looks like it's working absolutely fine. Our actual power requirements at the moment are quite low. We are burning lots of naphtha to do this at the moment. That's absolutely fine. What's the naphtha input? It's these two, isn't it? Let's get more of those. Let's unpause those ones. If we're burning naphtha, I don't really care too much. The flattenator has nothing to mine, which is great. That means it has done what it needs to do. You can come back over here and start doing more of that. And then the dirt team can come down here and fill that little bit in. So dirt area. You're going to do this bit. We are going to change this to now be 4. Like that, just to fill that little hole in we've made with dirt, which will be perfect. Okay, then we can start thinking about moving this. So let's just pop this. Now it's not going to get any fertilizer, but I don't really care. Without wanting to sound mean about it, we have so much. Yeah, our magnet's off. We have so much, so many tree saplings that I'm not really too bothered. We would then need to have this, which, if you rotate that around, I will just direct connect, because, again, I'm not really too fussed about it. Okay, that's that. That'll be fine. They are dumping the dirt over here, so they've almost done that. We We will also need to build a forestry tower, which we will stick in there. And then we'll just assign all of the planters directly to that once that one's been deleted. Does this one have an area? It does not have an appropriate area. So if we put this, let's just draw in a rectangle. Go from here, do all of that. Perfect. And then I'm going to sneeze. Less perfect. We could not store all of the wheat after harvest. Hold on, what? Oh, because our corn has backed up so much that it is blocking the pipe. I thought you... Oh, because it never goes above 2500, so it'll never output to the pipes. I see. You're right, that is a problem, game. That is a problem. Okay, we can solve that. How are we doing with tofu in here? We have more than we had before. Obviously, it's going down, possibly because we have more people. Maybe what I should look to do is if we start losing a lot of people again, is pause one of these houses so they don't bring more in. Okay, so this has been emptied. That's good. If we delete this, which has got 75 uranium rods in, are we really doing this? Oh, it's terrifying. Okay. But this has all been turned off, so we should be fine. So if we do that and say, quick remove that, that should have gone into there. It did. Excellent. That's exactly what we wanted to see. The other thing we have is this. Trucks fill this up with pretty high importance. So you should be coming from here, taking this spent fuel, and what I just want to see is when a truck picks this up, could not store all the soybeans after. Oh, that's just because that belt's full still. Not a lot we can do about that. We could upgrade this belt here. And we could upgrade this belt here. That should get us throwing corn out fast enough that that belt will start clearing, because that should be 2 Mark II belts now that it can output, although that isn't outputting a full belt's worth. Why are you not outputting a full belt's worth? Because there's one tiny little Mark I belt right there. Okay. I saw ya. Okay, so that's going to get that. It's annoying we lost soybeans, but it's not the end of the world. People aren't going to starve. Right, I did want to look at trucks bringing stuff over here, but I think they haven't quite finished it. So there's one more to come over. It's not you. There is a truck on its way somewhere. Oh, it's going to be you. So you've just picked up 60, and you are now driving out and about with this just on your back. I didn't think you would do that. If we look at health, it's not showing any radiation, however. So maybe that's completely fine. Maybe that doesn't count as radiation. We're still filling in this, so I'm not in any massive rush to get rid of this one at the moment. The trees aren't being harvested all that fast because we are full of trees anyway. Wanted to have a quick look over here just because I saw that our oil is going down, but actually we're keeping up with demand really, really happily. This is probably going to be running a lot more now because we should be burning something to generate the steam for these. We should be burning naphtha technically, and only naphtha. Just wondering if we had any excess heavy oil. We shouldn't, but I just wanted to make sure. Because you are naphtha, aren't you? Yeah, so we should be able to burn. But in fact, we probably need more naphtha burners because we're producing more naphtha now. But it looks like they're keeping up with the demand for steam anyway, so it's probably not much of a concern. Okay. Has this belt started emptying? Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, cool. So this should now be empty. It has 1 spent fuel. If I tell you to empty it, does that get you... Did you just take rock from there? Or because it's over the assigned amount anyway? That's fine. Is there a truck coming to get this one last one? Do I need to enable... Oh. No, we do have one that's come to get that 1 bit of fuel. Which again, doesn't seem to produce any radiation. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to take that over there. That's now over there. So this is now completely empty. Let's mark that for deletion. I think we can now delete all of that. Construction part wise, we are quite healthy on construction parts. We are going to need a lot to build this, of course. We are going to need 2,500 Mark 3s. 2,000 Mark 4s, both of which we don't have enough to do. But we're close, so I'm not too worried. We do have our backup power system at the moment. So if we... Again, this is terrifying. If we do this... And then we're also going to have to get rid of a bit more of that. That should be absolutely fine. I can see an extra pipe in there we can get rid of. That. They're just waiting for stuff to be taken out of them. That's full of filter media. This is already a Mark II. We could just build a temporary filter media here. Don't tell trucks to empty it. And then if we quick remove that, that should all go in there. That's perfect. The sulfur, I'm not so bothered about. Just quick remove it. The water, well, we've got 2,500 water there. I suppose we could also do a temporary water store and build that. And once that's done, quick remove that, which doesn't go into there. That's fine, whatever. And the steel I'm not so bothered about, just quick remove it. And then I don't want to use all my Unity removing all of this. I want them to be able to do that on their own. The shipyard is unsurprisingly massively overloaded with cargo. Yeah, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? We could pause this ship, which gives us an extra 90 workers, but we don't really need an extra 90 workers. This keeps going up, even though I have no housing. Oh, it's because I've just turned... We have 3 workers because we just turned all that stuff off. That makes sense. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. I understand what's happening there. Okay, so they are almost done dumping that stuff over there. They have... Is that more rock there? Did I not tell people to dig enough? Or... did people come over here and dump rock? They come over here and dumped rock because that other area is there still. Yep, I have not learnt from my previous mistakes. Okay. So, mining designation, come over here. 444. Go down to ramp 333. Nope, go flat 333, 333. Okay, flattenator. Edit area, new rectangle over here. Flattenator. Edit area, new rectangle, just there. Okay. So once they've done that, we can then tell them to fill that. That'll be that done. In the meantime, dirt is filling up a little bit, but not enough that I think I'm concerned about it. All of this has now been removed, which is wonderful. We can remove that belt. We don't need that at the moment. Then if we come back up here... Too far? Too far. And we copy this. And this is going to go in over here somewhere. Now we do want them to be able to get down there to truck stuff in and out. We want them to be able to get at the top to truck stuff in and out. So I think if we go there, that should be fine. Yeah, that's left 5 there. They can come all the way around to get to that. Do I want them to come all the way around, or do I want to leave more space? It's already sticking out a fair bit. I think I'm fine with them going around for that. Okay, so that's all good. Then we want to take this pipe at height 4. Yes. Over to... Cannot find a valid pillars placement. You can plug in there, so that's absolutely fine. And then this one at height 5 and turn off snapping. You would go into there. So that's those water pipes done. The uranium is quite simple. We're just going to connect. It's going to turn magnet back on. We're going to connect from there to there. That will be fine. And then we can flip that belt, which will get all that stuff off of that belt. We then have water requirements. We need seawater coming in, which is one of these pipes. That's this one, I believe. And we have brine coming out. The brine coming out. Are we going to take you all the way over and plug you into the brine system? I think we are. So we're going to bring you up to height 5, and then we're just going to see... Turn magnet off. You're already on top, aren't you? So let's come from... What are we doing? Okay, it's being frustrating. Let's go from there. So you are going to come from there. You're going to go up to height 5. We're going to turn magnet off. You're going to come over here. You're going to come over here. You can go down to height 4 to get under this one. And then follow this. And then you're going to do weird janky stuff because that dropped down to height 5 there. So if you come to there and then go up to 5 there, you should be able to jump over there. And then come to here, come to here, come to here, come to... You're at height 5, so I will bring you in to height 4 there. Bring you there, and then we need to get you into... If we go there, is that okay? That's not too bad. And then plug you into there, the first one. So don't pause you clown. So you have an input that comes from these ones. You have a secondary input that comes from there. We want to prioritize the input that comes out of the power station, because if we can use that brine over anything else, that's absolutely fine. That does mean, because we're using that one, we do need to upgrade the brine C pipe, which is that one. We need to upgrade that to a Mark III. We're going to put another one of those in, and then we're going to take this and plug it in there. We might as well get that bit built. Excellent. In terms of water input, I'm thinking we just build another one over here. We could build one over with the existing ones, but I think it's just getting a bit pointless. So we're just going to pop this one in here, which will be absolutely fine. We're going to want a little bridge. Are we going to want a little bridge? I don't know. It's necessary. We're going to want a Mark II pipe. I cannot see excavators trying to get over here anytime soon. So we're going to bring you in at height 5 to here and plug you in there. I cannot believe I put that in the right place to plug straight into that system. Literally cannot believe it. Okay, wonderful. Then we need to start building stuff over here. So let's build this and this and this lift and this. Let's get the storages built where we need input. Let's get the water tank built and get the input for this coming in. In fact, we're just going to do all of that at least, and then we're going to figure out what else we need. We want this storage, we want this storage, we want this storage, we want this storage, this storage, this storage, this storage, and then let's think about this. So this creates the uranium with that belt there. That goes into these. We only need one of these. So we can get one of those built, which is going to need this pipe and this pipe and this and this. That's going to need that. This outputs to this, so you're going to need this. It also outputs down here, so we're going to need this. And then we need 2 of these up and running. I might put them on the same side this time, simply so I can do that. That just makes my life a bit easier. We also need this belt and this belt and this belt. So that's all of that done. We also need this pipe and this pipe. That pipe goes to this pipe. And there's a little bit there that we missed. We've also built something else that we might not need yet, but that's whatever. So you are this one, so we need this, which means we need this pipe and this pipe and this pipe. What are you trying to get to that you can't? It's fine that you can't get to these. I don't care about that. I am concerned that you can't get to this, and that's because of this belt here. That's fine. So what we will do is we will get rid of that. We will get a loose lift, which has to be at height 4, I think that is. Collision with pipe. Collision with pipe. Collision with pipe. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll come out to here. And then we'll put a loose lift on, which is not going to leave 2 tiles. So if we come back 1 and put a loose lift on there. Or do we do it like this? I think we need that height. Let's just do that height. And then you connect into there. And we'll see if trucks can now get to that one. You can, you cannot. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's just steel. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Trucks can't get to you. I don't care. Trucks don't need to get to you. Trucks don't need to get to you. Trucks don't need to get to you. You are missing a recipe, however. So let's just make sure that's the same for all of those. Excellent. Right. So we have this done. This is coming over here. That goes into these. These are output into something. We'll come to that in a second. You are trying to get to those. Ah, you're still trying to get to those. Just don't worry about that. That's absolutely fine. Problem solved. Oh, you're trying to get there because you finished filling in all of this. Okay, so for now, just continue filling in this. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. You have dug out this tiny little bit of nothingness that we need you to get rid of, which means the dirt tower can come over here. It's already got the right area, so if we first of all pause the game, if we come over to the flattenator and say your area for now is there just for the sake of it, and then we say dump in designation, get rid of that, make that all 4. That should be absolutely fine. The flattenator can then come back to doing something over here. Perfect. Okay. Iron control tower has no place to dump products. Everything's getting really confused. That we should have just solved that problem, I think. Yes, excellent. Okay, so what were we doing over here? We are going to need... So you have been built. You need the filter media. You need to be able to output slag. I think that's everything you need. We don't need that one there yet. I'm just trying to do things piecemeal so I know what's going on. You need to be output slag. That's fine. We don't have water coming in for some reason because we didn't build that pipe. Okay, that's fine. We should have water coming out of this, which is this pipe, so we can get that built. Excellent. This other water pipe comes from the cooling towers, which we are going to need as a backup, but we'll come back to that. Okay, so we need the uranium tower built. We need... That comes from that, right? Depleted uranium. Yes, so we don't need that other belt at the moment. You create the uranium rods. Your inputs are the steel, so we need that belt, and your inputs are the stuff from over there. So you can be built. You input to this, which means we need the nuclear reactor built, which means we're going to need both of these, and we're going to need this, and we're going to need this, and we're going to need this. We're also going to need this belt and this storage, and very importantly, we need to connect that up. Cannot find valid pillars placement. Oh, you are joking me, my son. You are joking me. There we go. Oh, that would have been absolutely disastrous. So you need to be built. We need you. We are going to need all of this. Because we need you, we need you, we need you. We're going to need all of those belts. We're going to need this belt, which goes over to here, which is slag output. We're going to need the uranium coming in, which is this belt, and this lift, and whatever is underneath there. Which means we've also built that water, but that's absolutely fine. Where are you trying to get now? In what world can you not get over there? Because there is no ramp down there. Okay, that's fine. Let's build a little dirt ramp. So if we take this dude and we say you are going to come over here, and we're going to pause the game because we're going to get rid of all of that for the minute, and we're going to say build me a nice little ramp down here. Out of dirt, that's fine. I don't know if I built a rock ramp, if that would confuse things. We have demand for 24 computing power, which is coming from this. But we don't need that, do we? That's only if we turn that on. No, because that then goes up. Does this? It doesn't say it has a computing power requirement. Have I completely messed things up here? Nothing up here says it has a computing requirement. Oh, it's something else. It's one of the other things. It's this. You need computer processing. Oh. Oh. So we cannot run the spent fuel processing until we get computing power. So we can just pause that. And if we're pausing that, we don't need any of this. And we don't need any of those. And we don't need any of this yet. Oh, well that's frustrating, but is what it is. We don't want getting trucks. Okay. Okay. Oh man, that's gutting. After all that, we're going to get basically no benefit from this apart from these. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. We're basically out of... oh man. Let's just build all of these. Sort of lost the will to live a little bit with that little bombshell piece of news. We don't want trucks coming down there, so I don't know what you're because you got an alert on you. That's fine. Oh man. Genuinely gutting. We also need to bring this over and connect you into this. I don't want you going that way. That frustrates me immediately. So let's bring you here. Nope. Why won't you go there? Why are you trying to do something weird? Okay, go there. Cannot find valid pillars placement, even though there's already a... Oh, that works, though. Whatever, game. Oh, that has destroyed me a little bit. That has genuinely destroyed me a little bit. Okay. Now we have the terror of turning this back on at some point and seeing if this is all working. So you have output. We didn't build that, so nothing is working at the moment. Because we have the acid, we have this going. Okay. We should be able to delete this now. Quick remove that, and we should be able to delete this. And if this doesn't go anywhere nice, that's not the end of the world. Hopefully it goes there, but if it's already gone somewhere, whatever. We have all of this depleted uranium, but honestly, I'm probably just going to leave that there. And say trucks can't do anything with it at the moment. Oh, man. Oh, man. So that's one of the next things we need to work on then. How do we get computing processing power? Oh, man. What we can do is tell this one to empty. We never unpause this either, but I guess we'll just do it. We'll just do it. Genuinely broken me a little bit. Genuinely broken me a little bit. We don't have anywhere to dump stuff at the moment, do we? Where are people dumping stuff? Because you can't do it over there. What? 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 Okay, the dirt dumpinator hasn't made a lovely little... Is that because I told it to do mining? That's because I told it to be too... I think it wasn't a high enough ramp. I genuinely cannot believe that. Genuinely cannot believe that. And that's not going to work, is it? We need to do little ramps. Ah. That should be fine. Nope, not you. We want the other one. The amount of petrol these guys are wasting just traveling back and forth is quite astounding. Okay, well, that's done. Fine. Fine. You have got a bunch of trucks sat next to you. Oh, that's because you're assigned to the tree harvesters, and you've automatically assigned tree harvesters to you, which we probably don't want. You had 7, so let's just give you another 7, and then all of the planters. Okay. Oh, man. So how do we get computing power? That has got to be through the teraflop, through the chips, right? Where does that even come in? I would have thought it would have its own little... You use teraflops. We can't start doing... Oh, there we go. Mainframe computer. Provides computing as a resource that can be used on your island. Computing is used in advanced machines such as robotic assemblers. This is an early technology machine with low efficiency. I don't know how much computing power you produce. Eight teraflops. So we would need 3 of those to run that thing, which is going to take 360 maintenance and 2 megawatts of power. And I feel like for now we can just build those up there. Do you know what? I'm just going to unpause those. Because if we can get those working, you have nothing to mine because you have mined out this piddly bit of ground again. That's fine. You are going to come over here and you're going to go back once again to doing something over there. Large tree harvester struggling to find a destination. You've already sorted yourself out. Iron tower has no place to dump products. Yes, no, I'm working on that. So you have made that beautiful little ramp. So now you can come over here and you can finish doing this bit. Yeah, you can finish doing this bit. So that would have cleared that marker off of there. So if I now say dumping designation at 3, not at a ramp. Over all of that, you should now be able to reach it. Excellent. And you guys should be going off to dump here. Why are you not doing that? Because it's all been dumped with rock? Because it's all been dumped with rock. How did that? It's because I left that designation there when I took them away. Oh man, that is so finicky. I see what you did. Okay. Okay. Well, for now, the dirt tower can come over here. If we give you all of this area. And then we remove all of that. And we say height 4 to all of that. Nope, because that was all ramped. Man, that annoys the bejesus out of me. Height 5? I don't think it's height 5. They're pretty sure it's height 4. Let's try that again. Last time. Is there a little bump there? There is a tiny little bump there. Okay, we'll come and dig that out another time. That's sorted. You have no plant for mixed cargo of rock and copper. Is that just because you're full? It's just because you're full of copper. That's fine. You'll sort yourself out in the end. Has this all been built? Yes, pretty much. So let's, if we're thinking we're going to get computing power soon, let's also get this. And this, and this. And this. That's quite an important one. Oh, hold on, what is this pipe? That is additional acid. Is that supposed to go over here somewhere? Not to you, not to you. You're supposed to go over there. Okay. You only need a piddly bit of acid, so if we make a Mark 1 belt that connects into there. That goes to there and then can come under these pipes to there. And then find some way up there. And then we'll unpause you and you. Okay. Now I think that is everything we need over there. We don't need these two, so we don't need any of that. We don't need that. We don't need that bit of belt done. That should be fine. What are you waiting for? The hydrogen fluoride, which comes from there. You're waiting for acid. Why are you waiting for acid when I can see acid there? Because that pipe has not been built. And that pipe there has clearly not been built. That's an important pipe. We need that pipe. Right, so we're now getting the hydrogen fluoride. Yada, 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 yada. So we should now start producing more uranium rods. Excellent. Okay. And over here we have got one of these built. But nowhere up here does it tell me how many teraflops we're producing. Oh, right there. Right there. Okay. So we'll get those three up and running. Then we can turn all of that on. That will then get us our first bit of computing usage. And we will actually be able to process... Wait. Well, does it matter? Not necessarily, because they should take it from there anyway. Rock, slag, and dirt you were complaining about, but that's again just because this is filled with none of those things. It's because that one doesn't do slag. This one does rock, slag, and dirt. Why don't you come over there? That's the exact sort of thing you need. Oh, they're sorting themselves out. And you... rock, slag, dirt. Am I going mad? Rock, slag, dirt. Just go there. No available places to dump product. You definitely should. You're all stood there with dirt, which should be coming over here now. That is all a lower level. Did I put in a mining designation rather than a dumping? I think I must have done. Iron Tower has run out of stuff to mine, which is wonderful. We need to give this a new ramp so we can start filling in more of this. That needs to go down to height 7. So if we just come from here and say ramp, if we get rid of this. Go up to there. That should be absolutely fine. We might need to bring that down a bit more. As in down another level. But we can worry about that. Oh, hold on, that's not going to work because you're going to need to dump there as well. So let's make that, actually, let's get rid of that. Do we need to go down another level? There are tiny little flecks there. Am I too bothered about them? Do you know what? I totally am. So you are 7, and then we are going to ramp, and we are going to go up to 3. We should be fine. There's not really a... Because we'd have to go to like... Nope. We'd have to go flat at an 8 there. And then ramp from there up to there. So I guess that's not actually the end of the world. Let's do that. So let's put that there. Let's get rid of that. Let's leave that. But we don't need it right now. It's going to confuse matters. So let's do that. So we're going to build a new ramp in over here, which lets us then fill in more of this. Ideally, we'd want it on this side, I suppose, but we don't really want them digging up sand, do we? Okay, right, how are things looking over here? We are producing the enriched uranium, which goes into here and makes the uranium rods. You have got 83 uranium rods. You have got another 40 in storage. We should be able to power this on. If enabled, the reactor will adjust its power output automatically based on heat demand. I don't know whether we want that or not. I'm honestly not too sure. We are sending depleted uranium out, which means I think we need to get this plugged into that. So let's get some loose pipage, beltage. Get that built. That's going to send the depleted uranium over here into this one, which is waiting on plutonium before it can do anything with it. The plutonium will come from this one when it has the spent fuel. That is currently paused because we don't have enough processing power. And that is because we don't have this one built. Can we Unity that one? No. No, we cannot, which is a bit of a shame. They are doing great over here. I think we do need to go down one more level. We'll deal with that at another point. They are now dumping stuff over there. That's fantastic. We have this little hole here ready for the dirt dumping to be completed over there. They are currently doing that. If I change that, it's going to break things. So I need to... remove this dumping designation. Then take the dirt dumper over here and say you are going to do this area. And then dumping designation, get rid of that. 44444. If I do that and then make that area slightly bigger so it covers that one there. Okay, That should get that filled in, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. They have started dumping more over there. Once they've dug this ramp, we can continue dumping up to about here in this mine. Oh, that is looking wonderful. I would love to get this done before the end of the video. We are getting quite close to not being able to do that. In the meantime, we need that built. Which should immediately start pumping seawater. Yep. And I think we can turn this on. Let's not go up there and do anything yet. So if we come over here and we say power level 2, you're going to use the uranium rods first. You are powering on. You are sending out steam. The turbines are ready to go. The high-powered ones are spinning. The low-powered ones are spinning. The, whatever they're called, the flywheels are spinning. The power generators are not spinning yet. Says they're spinning. They are now spinning. So that is then sending depleted steam, which should be coming into here, which we can see coming into here. You're waiting on seawater. Because you have not been built. There's always something. So you are now getting seawater, you have depleted steam, you have seawater, you will then produce water and a little bit of brine. We are producing a little bit of brine, which is going up this pipe. We are producing water, which is going through this pipe, which connects to this one. The little bit of brine goes underneath the brine input pipe, which seems a bit redundant. We could have probably just put a balancer on at that point, couldn't we? But then if we wanted to get rid of any of the excess, that's why we did that silly thing. But it works. It works. Still 16 teraflops of power. Are we... So we're waiting for... Is it PCBs? What are we waiting for here? It's electronics 2. You make the PCPs. You come over here. You go here and make electronics 2. Which is going fine. We have a low supply of sulfur. We sort of do, actually. And that's probably just because stuff isn't running very much. But it's not low enough for us to worry about. No compatible plant for mixed cargo. There is rock, slag, dirt. Who do you belong to? The flattenator. Ah, it's because you have a set export route. So if we add that to that, that'll sort that. And you are full due to blocked output. That's because you're full of dirt. That's probably because we filled in this piddly little bit here. Let's remove that before anything gets confused. And then let's, first of all, get the dirt tower. We're going to edit the area. We're going to draw a rectangle. That rectangle is going to cover everything up to there. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. We're then going to say dumping designation at height 4 to cover all of that. That'll get rid of some of that dirt. We then need to get over here and dig up this again, which is frustrating, but we're learning, and this definitely feels like something we're going to do over and over and over and over again. Let's get rid of all of this and all of this and this and this and this. We're going to come in... is this height 29? No, it's because you're not flat. So we're going to come in here. We're going to go... We're going to ramp down here. We're going to go flat. We're going to come all the way along here. And all the way along here. We're going to do this bit as well. Okay. And we're going to do... this bit, and this bit, and this bit. And then the flattenator, who has been just flat out this day, you're going to come over there and do that. Okay. You are doing great work down here, don't get me wrong, but go and do something different. They are building that ramp, that is looking fantastic. They are filling that in, that is looking fantastic. We are just waiting. Oh my word, I am on the edge of collapsing, it feels like. Just waiting for Electronics 2. We have everything we need to make Electronics 2, we're just not making it all that fast. We could add more in, is that excessive for the moment? Bearing in mind this belt is basically full. Trucks are super busy. Where do these Electronics 2 go? They go down there, but these things aren't doing anything at the moment, so that's not really a concern. And they also go over to this, which we need. So that's really the only thing that's using them. So if this isn't filling up, that means that this is using a lot of Electronics 2. That uses 12. These make 6. So we should have 12 extra coming in per minute. Oh! Take it back. We have done it. We have 24 teraflops of power. So we're going to come over here now. We're going to unpause this, and this. So we have 24 teraflops of power. We should be using 24 teraflops, but I guess only when this is running. So we're waiting for spent fuel to come into this. There is a truck coming to collect spent fuel. Did I... No, that isn't on. I'm sort of excited to see this bit run. So you're going to come over there. You're collecting just that much spent fuel for some reason. So you're not fully loaded. Maybe this can only handle 40 at a time. You now have spent fuel. You are taking in the glass, the acid, and the spent fuel. You are making reprocessed uranium. I see an immediate problem that none of these belts have been done. So let's just do that. And be thankful we had enough unity and everything to do that. You have done it. You are sending reprocessed uranium over there. Have you sent? Yep, we've got fission product in there. We have not got plutonium. We should have plutonium. Oh no, because the plutonium goes into here, where it mixes with the depleted uranium to make MOX rods. Where does the reprocessed uranium... Oh, that goes over here. So we want this to be the higher recipe. And we're going to want that the same over here. If you can use the reprocessed uranium over the yellow clay, yellow clay, do that. So that's on its way. Yep. So you have not got quite enough. But you will soon. You will soon, because there's more on its way. So that's working. So we're not storing any plutonium at the moment. That is just getting processed into MOX rods. The MOX rods should be going into here. But they've probably already been in there, which means we should have MOX rods there. Why do we not have MOX rods? I feel like this is maybe the first one coming out. We should have had some already. Maybe they've just already been used. Alright, we have MOX rods there now. Let's watch them. They're going to go into this storage. They're going to go straight through that storage. They're going to go on this belt. They're going to go around here. They're going to flip-de-doodle. And they are going to stop there. And they are getting held up there, even though there is a... flat connector there. Because this is full. There's not really a way of us fixing that, I don't think. Well, there is. There is. We put a balancer in. I think that's what we have to do. Let's get rid of that bit of belt. And let's get rid of that bit of belt. Let's unity that and that. Let's get a flat balancer, which is going to go here. We are going to copy the wrong thing. We're going to connect that to there. We're going to connect that to there. We're going to connect... it's awkward. This belt, this, thank you, in here somewhere. That'll do. So we want that built. And then you are going to prioritize the Mox rod inputs. So it's now having the uranium coming back in. Then it's going to put these in. It's going to get a bit stuck with those, but once it uses this up and it has some additional storage, it should process the Mox rods first. Except I didn't build that belt. That should now be doing it. Once this has done another run... Oh, we are at an hour 20 already. That conveyor has both on at the moment. Oh, we have a Mox rod. It's using the Mox rods. Woo! That's going to generate spent Mox, which is going to go into its own storage. Ah, excellent. Well, that was a chaotic video, it felt like. But we've got there. We have almost finished. I think that was the bits which were already rock, so I think that's fine. It has basically finished dumping that dirt there already, which is crazy. We might just need to make like a dirt mountain somewhere that we can just get them dumping the dirt somewhere so we can come pick it up later just to stop stuff blocking up. That sounds stupid, but maybe that's what we need to do. Or we just put in like huge amounts of dirt storage somewhere. That's the alternative. That's the alternative. This has been done. That's wonderful. So I'm going to delete this, and this. And I'm going to tell that just to remove it quickly because you're going to take 5 years. That is step one of us getting medical stuff. We've finally got rid of all the rock here. We're going to obviously have to get rid of all of this paving, but that's fine. But that is step one in us getting medical up and running. Oof. Potatoes look like they're getting relatively jammed up. Relatively. Everything else is looking fine. Tofu is actually coming back up again. I wonder why that's so like seasonal. That was for us to delete this to put a big box in at some point, wasn't it? We never quite got there. We do need to replace all of these with giant boxes. For that, we just need like more construction parts ready to go. We're not quite there. But today has been an important day. We have learned some lessons on how to dump products efficiently. We have learned the hard way. We do need somewhere to throw our dirt at the moment. I am genuinely thinking maybe we just say if we just build a stupid line of dirt boxes here. So I do want to keep a lot of the dirt, and if we like fill all of these up, then maybe we'll say that's enough dirt. So these are going to be dirt. We don't want them necessarily filled or emptied. Where is dirt, for the love of my life? There is dirt. We do want trucks to import cargo. We do want trucks to export cargo if they can, but we don't want to set any sort of requirements on that. We will take that, we'll paste that on all of those, and then we'll just Unity all of those. Not enough Unity, that's fine. They'll get built when they're ready. And then at least that gives the trucks somewhere to put dirt for now. Because until we fill the rest of this in, which means they need to finish this ramp, there's not a lot we can do about it. They are giving us a little bit more area over here we can fill with dirt, but we can't really do that because we've got this ramp here now. But this mine is, I mean, that's quite heavily filled in already. That's crazy. Anyway, what have we done today? We have built stage 2 of our nuclear plant. It has given us no additional power, but we are now using up some of the depleted uranium, and we are using up some of the what's it called? Radioactive waste, which is going into here and is making plutonium and fission. Plutonium is being used to make MOX rods, which are a different kind of fuel source that this can use. Oh, I mean, it's wonderful. It is a thing of beauty. I do love this little build. It's not the tidiest in the world, but it is quite compact. Like, everything's just like stuck together nicely. I think that's quite cool. These are all working nicely. These are busy producing water. Are we sending water back quite often? We are sending water back quite often. I think this is possibly a water positive system at the moment, which is wonderful. So yes, now we do have another tier of nuclear processing coming at some point, which means we're going to have to delete all this and maybe start thinking about building it elsewhere, because if it gets much bigger, we're going to be in trouble. But right now, that looks great. And if I was living over here in one of these houses on the edge here, and I could just see a nuclear power plant safely running at a nice, safe temperature over there, I'd feel pretty good about myself. I can just about, if I'm living in this top flat, I can just about see the sea, and I've obviously got the 2 statues as well in the distance. I'd feel pretty good about my life there, knowing that I'm right next to the nuclear stores, which I've put right next to the house in there as well. But that's fine, no one cares about that. We've got 0 plutonium, we already have 52 fission. We do want alerts if these get to like 75%, and that's going to apply to all of these. Let's do that now, because we can just build an additional one and move the stuff over if we need to. So it's not like a massive concern, but we just need to know that is happening sooner rather than later. Awesome. Right, time for us to finish up. Is there anything else we've done today? I don't think so. We've got some dirt storages built by the look of it, because, yep, trucks have started bringing in lots and lots of dirt. Now, rather annoyingly, because these are all set to keep empty, they are going to take all of the dirt out of these and bring it down here straight away. So the first few of these will probably fill up quite quickly. We've also got our first mainframe computers up and running. We've got our first teraflops going. That's amazing. They're just put there now. That was just sort of a temporary location just to see how they worked, but they've ended up just sort of sticking there. Oil is still looking absolutely fine. Yeah, the truck's still got a whole bunch of oil on it. This is full. Some of these have still got oil in them. That's still got 1,000 oil in it. Yeah, that's all looking absolutely amazing. We're just simply not processing all that much oil, I suspect, because as we say, all of these are full. Or we can probably, as a last thing, come over here and say pause, 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 pause. So we get a better idea of the megawatts we're using. It's also going to drastically cut the steam usage over here. So none of these are really going to be burning anymore. But that is what it is. Sweet. So, hope you're continuing to enjoy Captain of Industry. We also moved our tree planting, or our tree sapling bit up there. I don't really care about the crop yield because I think we've got so many, it's not a problem. This is struggling to empty, but it's getting there. And that gives us space to put in another 3 farms to try and get enough corn and enough, what's the other thing? Sugar, to get some medical stuff up and running. And also get some more soybeans in so we can actually see some excess soybeans. Although again, tofu is slightly ticking up. Maybe one day we'll get chickens as well. Who knows? Maybe we'll delete all of these finally to put chickens over there. How is our limestone mine? Limestone mine is fine. How is this iron mine? It's not terrible, but they are getting through it quickly. Cool. If you're continuing to enjoy it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing things. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry. And as always, thank you so very, very much for joining me. Ooh, look at that. We'll save that till next time.